Hello New Zealand, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, we're tracking this enormous area of high pressure for this week, but next week it fades away and we're dealing with large areas of low pressure for a time. So today's forecast covers right through till Sunday in detail, but also a sneak peek towards what's happening later next week. So let's have a look at the animated wind map, and today we've added on the clouds into it as well. It's gloomy around western areas, Auckland and Waikato and Western Bay of Plenty down towards about Taranaki. Those areas are cloudy at the moment, cloudy for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday as well. But eastern areas, thanks to the ranges, they are mostly sunny, which includes eastern Coromandel, Bay of Plenty, and then all down that eastern side of the country. But not everyone in the west has got cloud. In fact, it was frosty this morning around the west coast. So not everyone has the cloud, but if you didn't have cloud today on the west coast, you probably got it tomorrow, which is where we kick off. On Wednesday, there's a burst of rain or showers moving up the west coast, so you won't have a frost, you'll have clouds and some wet weather. In the North Island, it's cloudy again, gloomy again on that western side. A couple of little showers in the mix as well might come in, maybe a drizzle patch, but those westerly breezes means it's lovely and sunny and warmer than average around the eastern side. Doesn't change a great deal on Thursday. We've still got a lot of cloud along the western side of New Zealand. You can't see it on this, but it is there. A couple of little showers as well, nothing much, but the same kind of pattern we've seen for the last couple of days. A little bit gloomy and a couple of showers. Dry though in many other areas and still fairly mild after a cool night. And then we get towards the end of the week, and on Friday, high pressure remains centered over the country. And in fact, this is the part where it starts to transition from being out here in the Tasman to moving out towards the Pacific. And as it does that, it means a warmer weekend coming with subtropical winds on this side of it as it moves that way. So before it arrives on Friday, we've got a westerly breeze continuing. It's a little bit subtropical in some areas, so you might get a few showers. It's still cloudy on the western side, still cloudy up here. In fact, northern New Zealand is generally a little cloudy because now you've got a light easterly breeze, which sort of is a bit of a reversal of where you've been the last couple of days. So as we're going towards the weekend, we've got a bit of a change coming. On Saturday, you'll notice the high has finally drifted out to the eastern side. That means we've got easterlies now coming into the very top, but the westerlies continue elsewhere. But they're fairly mild because this high extends all the way towards Queensland. It's got a subtropical flow around it, and that encourages warmer winds coming down with a bit of rain on the west coast and above normal temperatures for those of you on the eastern side. And by Sunday, no real change. Those winds are still blowing through. We've still got a bit of rain around central areas. It's a bit patchy, a bit hit and miss. But as you can see, the tropics, subtropics, we've got a small area there, a trough, which could bring in a bit of rain for northern New Zealand next week. And we've got 2 areas of low pressure for next week. So the last map I want to show you, we have to fast forward more than a week from now. It's Thursday next week. And that's what you're seeing here. Now this is quite an exceptional weather map, not only because this high on the Great Australian Bight is absolutely enormous, but this low is also one of the first ones we've seen in a while that looks a little stormy and it looks a little more like autumn, and it might be producing rain for the north. Although, before you get too excited, high pressure is still just up here in northern areas linking up with this massive high. So if you're in the north of the country, this may still not bring you the relief you need, but the west coast and other areas might be dealing with some severe weather warnings, I would say, towards the end of next week. That is all from me though. We'll update you again on Wednesday with the latest as we head towards the weekend.